Good morning, Crochetpreneurs. It is time for Coffee with Crochetpreneur. Good to see you here this morning, friends. I see lots of folks here. Florida, Texas. Wilk is here from overseas. Okay, it's time to talk about crochet business. Let me put the link if you want to come on camera with me. You can do that. There's your link in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I was about to go live and I looked down at my cup of coffee and it was empty. So it was time to refill. So that's all set. What is going on around here? I had a scare this morning. As you know, or you may know, I've been being really intentional about getting out on my front porch every morning and sitting in the sunshine. And I did that this morning with my first cup of coffee. I went and I sat on the front porch and I heard this, like, I don't know, galloping sound of something running towards me. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then all of a sudden, two of our sheep came around the corner. And I didn't realize that Kevin let the sheep out last night. And they're wandering in the yard. And they were like, I guess I scared them. So they were like going crazy in the front yard this morning. And I think they think that they're stuck in the front yard, even though the gate is open and they can go wander the property if they want to. But anyway, my adrenaline is a little bit up this morning because of the sheep. So let's see. Oh gosh, lots of folks here this morning. Kim's here. I saw Edie somewhere in the chat, I think. Cool. Good to have you all here. All right, who wants to come on? Who wants to talk business? Be sure to like this video while we're here so that others can know that we're online right now and they can join us to talk about crochet business. What are you up to? Yesterday we had our first coaching call for people who had the Crochet Biz Power Bundle from the summit. And if you have the bundle but you weren't able to make that call, then you can access that inside of your bundle portal. So that's there. We had a nice chat. That was fun. And okay, some folks have questions. I have one person backstage to chat. So let's get rolling. All right, I'm going to bring Beth on and we're going to talk. So,
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm trying to understand the profit first philosophy. I'm very confused by that.
Okay.
I was introduced to it during the business summit, and I'm doing the CBA trial, and I'm very confused by the profit philosophy.
Okay, so the way that the profit first philosophy works is it totally turns the way we look at our business finances kind of on its head. And so if you have any experience with accounting or bookkeeping, it's probably like, what the heck? This doesn't make sense. So basically, the theory is that every dollar that you bring into your business goes into a central fund, and that's called your income fund. So no matter where the money's coming from, as you grow your business, you'll have money from online sales, offline sales, ad revenue, like all of the different places will all funnel into that one account. Okay. And then twice a month, or if you're like me, 4 times a month, you will go into that account and disperse those funds. So you'll decide on your disbursement percentages. So Mike does recommend certain percentages to work up to as a business owner. And so You get to decide what that looks like for you. So typically for a solopreneur, it would be, I believe, now I'm just pulling this out of my head. So I believe it's 10% to profit, 50% to your own bank account. Like this is your payment for being the boss of this business.
Okay.
15 to 20% to taxes, and then the rest goes to operating expenses.
Okay.
So basically, you divvy those funds up. The tax account just sits there and grows month over month until it's time to pay taxes, and you have that money available to you. So we just kind of ignore that account. Your profit account, similar, it sits there month after month, it grows, you continue to put money into it, and then quarterly, you get to take that money and do something with it. So you either give it to yourself to use for a vacation or to use to pay your bills or whatever, or to reinvest in your business. If you have business debt, then you use that money to reinvest in that or to pay off that debt. And then your operating expenses are the money that you use to run your business. Okay. So typically what we do is we bring money into our business, we spend a bunch of money on the business, and whatever's left over, we just keep. And that's our money. But what happens when we do that is that when we just give ourselves the leftovers, we don't give ourselves much, and it makes the business draining and not worth it. And it, month to month, you're like, where's my money? I got to pay my bills. This thing isn't paying off. So when you pay yourself first, it eliminates that sort of burnout and like, what am I doing this for anyway? I don't have any money. And then it forces you to make really wise decisions about how you're running your business based on your operating expenses. So if you want to go fill up a yarn wall with yarn, but your operations account has $100 in it, then you make the decision, I'm not going to do that. Right? Rather than, oh, I have all this money, I'm going to go buy a bunch of yarn. And then when it's time to pay your electric bill, you're like, doesn't my yarn wall look nice? Maybe it will keep me warm this winter. Yeah. Spent all your money on the things that feel fun or the things that you think you need. But it forces you to make decisions about, do I really need that? Is there a free option that I could leverage? Is there a way to automate that rather than me spending my time doing that? It's just a really helpful way to manage those things. So you can start out with a different set of percentages, and every quarter shift them more towards your goal, so you're not making a huge leap. When I first started Profit First, my husband and I both had businesses, and we were spending 66% of our gross revenue on the business. And I did Profit First and brought it down to 30%. Because that was crazy. So, if my husband was doing he was a food vendor, and so we would do festivals and stuff on the weekend, and, say he made $10,000, well, we weren't keeping a whole lot of that. Once you do like how much I spent on the business, how much I need to save for taxes. Yeah. The leftover was not a significant amount. So we started making a shift, and that changed everything. So we just gradually worked up to that 30%. Now that I have a team, I spend 40% on business expenses, because once you're starting to pay people, of course, you have to account for those increased expenses. So Mike does have a book it just came out, I haven't read it, called Profit First for Creatives or Creative Businesses. And so it takes a look at, our businesses are a little bit different than many because of that additional expense of cost of goods sold. Whereas oftentimes, like service-based businesses don't have those costs. So I think they talk more about that, because you need to take that into consideration as you're working out how much you're going to be keeping. So I would recommend that book if you can get your hands on it. They sell it on Amazon.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. That should help. Does that at least clear it up a little bit?
Yeah, it cleared it up a little bit because I'm just like, what?
It does require a lot of bank accounts. So Mike recommends that some of your accounts, the ones that just sit there, you put them out in a different bank than where you keep your actual operations money, because he doesn't want you to see it because you'll want to spend it, right? Like your tax money, like you start to get significant amount of money in that tax account. And you're like, well, I could spend that on a vacation. So he's like, get that out of your site, get your profit out of your site until it's time to take, take that money out. But the other ones you just keep in front of you. I keep everything in one. I have a credit union account that allows me to have 5 different accounts inside of that one account, and that's just easier for me. I know if I put it in another bank account, it just makes the process harder, and I won't do it. So I broke the rules because I know how my brain works. So you can adjust those things.
I'm just starting out, and I'm gonna be opening up a first business bank account in the next 2 weeks at latest. What would you recommend looking for? Because I personally use a credit union, and they allow a bunch of different accounts in just one.
Yeah.
Do you recommend staying with a credit union?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like credit unions. They're typically very supportive of small business owners with lower fees. Even some of them will pay dividends on the money that you have in your profit account. Like they'll give you a dividend at the end of the quarter, the end of the month. That's what mine does. And so even though it's not huge, it's nice to get a check from the bank saying, thanks for keeping your money with us.
Yeah.
So I personally prefer credit unions. And it really is up to you, but I think that they're really supportive of small businesses, and typically they have like an office nearby, and you can just go in and get to know people. And I really like that. Even my tiny little town, we have a credit union where everybody knows each other, and I like that. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Awesome. Thanks for coming online.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to Kathy.
Okay.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. This is my second go around trying to get a business going. I've been looking at Pinterest, and I created boards. I, did the CPA, but I'm not sure as a maker how Pinterest works and what type of pins that I would do.
Okay, so almost everything in running your business comes down to who am I trying to talk to? So it's all about attracting people to your business and then giving them something to do. So you're attracting people to your business and you're sending them over to your Etsy shop. You're attracting people to your business, you're sending them to your email list. Attracting people to your business, sending them to your blog post. So you have to think about, who am I talking to and what do I want them to do? And then you create your pin around that. So if you want to send them to your Etsy shop, then you can pin directly from your Etsy shop, and you can just use one of your graphics from your shop, or you can create a custom, vertical image for Pinterest and then just link it to your Etsy shop if you want to do it that way, and just use the URL for your Etsy listing in your pin and send them there. Or if it's a blog post, you can just pin from your blog post. Or if you have an opt-in for your business, then you can make a pin for your opt-in and send them to your opt-in to get them on your list. So you could say like, get your free whatever, get your free pattern, or get your free project planner, whatever it is that you have as your opt-in. And we're going to be doing some of that in April. I'm having a class, so you're in CBA, so you'll get it for free. And we're going to be talking about opt-in. So everyone's going to walk away with at least one opt-in for their business. So, and you can pin that.
I don't have any of that. And I don't have Etsy. I did set up, I do have Square since I started doing craft shows.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of set up a shop on Square, and I think it's up.
Okay. You know what I would recommend, since you're in the very beginning, like, I don't know if I would worry too much about Pinterest until you have the foundations set up and knowing that that's in place. So that means you have your...
Yeah, I know who my target audience is. I just don't know I guess I don't know what I want them to do.
Okay. So you're selling physical products or patterns or both?
Oh, physical products.
Okay. So you're selling physical products. So you want them to buy a physical product. So you could link them to your Square shop.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do that. You could, I would get them on a list. If I would target, if you're doing like craft fairs, are you doing craft fairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would do some targeting in your local area. So getting in front of people in your local area, anytime you post on social media, add your location, because there are people in your location that search by the location, and then they'll find your small business. That's how I got featured in a local newspaper. I started a physical products shop. I posted 3 times on Pinterest with this brand new shop. And I didn't say it was me. I was doing it sort of invisible, just as an experiment. And the newspaper reached out and said, hey, we love your products. We saw that you're in the local area. Can we send out a reporter and a photographer? And we want to feature your business. And that's simply from adding a little tag to a social media post. So
like on Instagram or Facebook or something.
Yeah, on Instagram particularly. And then if you have TikTok, TikTok allows you to do that as well, to tag your location. And that makes it really easy to get in front of people who are in your local area, and then you can get them on your email list. So figure out how to, you can say like, hop on my email list and I'll give you a coupon for my next craft fair. I'll give you a buy one, get a free whatever, or stop by my booth with this coupon and I'll give you a tiny little something that you made. Yeah. I used to make little baskets that took me like 5 minutes to make. So little like ring baskets that you keep on your nightstand. And then anybody in my neighborhood, if they came by to my craft fair, I would give them one of those for free. And then they would always buy something. So you can do something like that where you're appealing to those people who are going to be coming to your craft fair. I think that's a really good option for anybody who sells physical products. And then if you're not going to start an Etsy shop and you're going to have your own website, then you have to start thinking about driving traffic. But that comes after you get all the pieces built up. So I would go back to you have your target audience, get your branding done, get your email list ready to go so that you can email people and let them know where you're going to be. Okay. And then we can talk about Pinterest after.
Don't worry so much about Pinterest right now.
Not right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want you to put the cart before the horse, because if Pinterest is basically a marketing or a spreading the word kind of platform, and you want to have something for people to do when they click on your picture. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? And you need to have that set up first. You need to have the like what you want them to do set up first.
So focus more on the social media like Instagram, Facebook, and get my email list up and running, because I have people signed up. Have I done anything with this? No, I haven't even created an email list. So that's going to be this afternoon. I'm going to do my CBA for MailChimp.
Good. Okay. Get your MailChimp set up and then write to everybody and say, I haven't disappeared. Here I am. Just, let them get to know you, talk to them about things they care about. You don't have to make your emails about sales. You know, you can just say, wow, I'm thinking about, it's getting to be summertime. I'm getting excited for fall craft fairs and thinking about my inventory. What are you going to be looking for this fall? And invite them to write back to you and give you ideas about your product line or something like that.
Oh, okay.
That could be really helpful.
Oh, well, this has been a really big help.
Good. Somebody said, where are you from?
I am originally from New England, from Massachusetts.
And we talked about that. What town are you from in Massachusetts?
We lived in Randolph before we moved down to Florida.
Oh, so now you're in Florida.
Yeah.
I see lots of my friends from back in Massachusetts moving to Florida. We're all getting to be that age.
Yeah, my husband wanted something warmer weather. Now that we get the summers and it's like wicked hot. He's like, it's too hot. I'm like, well, too bad. We're here.
I know. You think of the summers or the winters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go and look at questions.
Thank you so much, because that really helps.
Good. Good. And keep asking questions in the Facebook group, and we'll keep on top of it for you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You're welcome. Beth said she's from Lawrence, Mass. That's fun. Oh, Samantha said, what about Pam? I live in Penrose, Colorado, which is south of Colorado Springs and west of Pueblo. West? I'm looking at a map in my brain now. Yeah, west of Pueblo. All right, I'm going to put you off the screen. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go look at questions. I saw that there were a couple. Kathy. I'm not able to go to markets or sell in person. Can I be successful just on Etsy? Sure. People are successful on Etsy. Now, it takes strategy. It takes good photos. It takes good listing descriptions. And mostly it takes good SEO. So getting in front of your audience. So using a tool like eRank or Marmalade can help you determine what is good SEO for your particular listings to get them in front of people. Once you get them in front of people, you want to entice them with great photos, and then you want to convert them into buyers with your great copy in your listings and your good policies and your good, aligned pricing strategy and stuff like that. But yeah, there are people that do really, really well on Etsy. Wilka says most of her income comes from Etsy. And she's not even in the U.S. So I think it's harder when you're not in the U.S., but it is possible. Can we talk about having affiliates for products? Yes. Edie, do you want to come on, or do you want me to just talk about it? And are you talking physical products or digital products? Patterns, courses. I know you do all of those things. I'm happy to talk about that. There you are. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry for the wet hair.
Oh, no worries. I just got up and brushed my hair and was like, whatever.
Right.
It looks like I have red coloring in my hair. I do not, but it's weird. Yeah. So affiliates. What products in particular are you looking at?
So I have a number of courses that I teach. And so I have, they're out there, but getting the word out to beyond my newsletter list is challenging. And so adding people like you as affiliates to encourage them to share that information is something I'm thinking about doing. I sort of did it and then it didn't go anywhere and I didn't follow up with it. So that's kind of this week's task is to revisit that, because I have a new course that I'm going to be offering. And I thought, okay, I want to, do it all kind of at once. But like what percentages? I know you offer a very generous percentage but I'm trying to keep my price low.
Mhm.
So it's kind of balancing the end price to
Yeah.
the consumer versus what I get for my, for myself.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where you have to experiment with it to see, because if your affiliate percentage is too low, people are like, it's not worth the work that it's going to take me to market that thing. The thing that's really interesting, though, is that people are willing to put a link to, a random crochet hook on Instagram or on Amazon for a 3% commission. But for something where they couldn't, make $20, $30 commission, they're like, that's too hard. So it really is about creating that the excitement on their end, and for having them see, like, this is perfectly aligned with your audience. Like, your work is perfectly aligned with my audience. And I think I've mentioned to you before that I'm happy to be an affiliate for you, because I just told someone about your courses yesterday. So finding those people who have those aligned audiences and saying, like, hey, I have an affiliate program. This is the benefit to you. And then saying, and not only is it a benefit to you, but I think that your audience is so perfectly aligned, and we're not competing against each other, but we can support each other in that way. And if you have an affiliate program, I'm happy to be a part of that as well, so that we can have this kind of mutual beneficial relationship where we're both serving our audience in a way that benefits everyone. So, talking about that win-win.
We offer complimentary services to people. And so it helps your audience, it helps my audience, and so on. I'm thinking, one thing I know from being affiliate with other people, it's really helpful to have graphics and to make it easy to download things. So I have prepared for my existing courses, I've prepared the graphics so I can say to my affiliates, go here, you can download these assets, and so on. So it's really trying to make it easy for people to become affiliates. What about, I think I want to restrict, like, I don't want anybody to be an affiliate. Is that a legit, like, invite only kind of thing to do?
Because you don't want to get into this realm of, oh, everyone is sending the same email right now. And everyone is posting the same graphics right now. And that's just driving me crazy. And then so people start to ignore it. So you want it to remain in that, like, special area, and for people to see it as something special, and where they see their favorite influencer talking about the thing and they're like, oh, I want to support them, because people have gotten savvy enough that they understand affiliates, and they will go looking for their particular favorite person to use their affiliate link. And so finding those people that have an aligned audience, not letting everyone, you might have, so I do this with CBA, that anyone who has been a customer of CBA can be an affiliate, because they might have their own story, like their own success story that they want to share with their people. But typically their audience is not going to be my audience. So I don't want them to waste their time and, try and get affiliate sales from people who are just totally not interested. So all of that needs to be weighed. Do you know what platform you're going to use?
Well, my courses are on PayHip right now, because I have found their pricing they aren't as robust, say, as ThriveCard or some places like that, but the pricing is really awesome. And I have enjoyed that relationship with them and found them to be very responsive, even when they can't do something for me. I ask for a feature and they say, we don't have that yet, but they're very responsive in answering that. I've sent them 2 emails in the past 2 days, and I've gotten a response within 10 hours. So, So, and they do have a way to set up affiliates. So, I've got that in place. So, be looking for that. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week. You'll get an email from me.
Great. Do you want to give us a little sneak peek of what what your course is going to be about?
I can talk about it if you want me to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have a landing page yet, though. That's another thing that's on this week's to do, because for years people have been asking me to write to offer a tech edit course for crochet tech editing. And I haven't been able to wrap my head around how to do it, because it would need to be a college course, because there's so many things you need to know to be a crochet tech editor. There's math, there's spreadsheets, there's copy editing, all of this. I have parts of that in existing courses. My crochet pattern writing workshop covers a lot of the communication part. I have spreadsheet classes and so on. What I don't have is the actual how do you tech edit something. So I'm going to do a crochet tech edit along, like a crochet along, but a tech edit along, where for 3 weeks you get a pattern each week. You have a week to edit it yourself, see what errors you can find. And then when we go live, you will watch me edit in real time, and I will narrate what I'm thinking. And so you can see how a real tech editor thinks. Everybody thinks differently, but you will actually learn as I go, and we'll be able to discuss it. So I'm very excited about it now that I came up with this format. Really excited about doing that. And I thought, okay, now's the time to also get affiliates to help spread the word. So that's what it is, but I don't have a link yet. I don't have a landing page and whatever. I'm just putting it out there.
And so the next part of the process is all of those details. It's so funny because I have on my list today. So I have this call, and then I have a mastermind later, but the whole rest of my day is like writing a process for Terry, who you know, of like how the idea phase through the launching phase of a new course, like what that whole process looks like.
Right.
And it's going to be, the graphics, the landing page, all the automations, and the adding people to spreadsheets, and the adding people to courses, and sending the emails, and all of that. So there's a lot going on in the background.
There's a lot. And then I have my actual like tech editing that I need to do this week, where I have deadlines where I have to provide product to somebody. So that has to take priority because that pays dollars.
Yep. Yeah, so, I know you have to balance it all.
Yeah. So great. Well, nice talking to you. Thank you.
You too. Good to see you. I can't wait to see you almost a month from now in person.
At H&H. Yes. Yeah. Great.
Awesome. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm scrolling back up, and when and how many pins do you recommend doing? So I pin 10 pins a day. My virtual assistant schedules out 10 pins a day, and to various boards, also using Tailwind communities so that you're supporting other makers, designers as well. Depending on what communities you want to join and who your audience is. But yeah, so I do 10 a day, and I schedule them all out. I know a lot of people have a lot of good results from pinning manually. I just don't have time or energy to do that. So I use Tailwind to schedule them out. And if you did get the All Access Pass or the Crochet Biz Power Bundle from the summit, there was a Pinterest class in there where Tanya shares her strategies for Pinterest, and she gets millions of views and 5-6 figure clicks to her website every month from Pinterest. So whatever she's doing is working. So good morning. Wilka said most of her customers are from the US. Yep. Has anyone read the book Quiet? I have read the book Quiet. It's a long book, but really good. I'm a huge Edie Ekman fan. Yay. I love her work, tutorials, craftsy courses, patterns, and books. She is prolific. So if you don't already know Edie, I'll bet you, I was going to say, if you don't already know Edie, I bet you do. Because even through the years, I've been like, oh my gosh, I have an Edie Eckman book. And didn't realize it. That's so funny. Okay, just joined. I'm a bit late, watching at 2x speed. I talk fast, so listening at 2x speed has got to be interesting. All right, anybody else have any questions today? I was thinking, now I haven't put this together yet, but I was thinking I have a box of yarn that I'm never going to use to design with because it has been discontinued. And I'm like, I should just give that away on my YouTube calls. So that might be coming up. I don't want to spend too much on shipping every week though. So it'll probably have to just be to the US. Recently during the summit, I had a giveaway of a book, and one of the winners of the book was in Canada, and it was going to cost $35 to ship a book across the border. And that's a big no for me. So this is just a tip for those of you who do ship to other countries, whether you have giveaways or things like that. I just logged on to Amazon Canada and opened an Amazon Canada account and shipped from there. And it was much less expensive. Even though I had the book and I was going to ship it, I bought the book and shipped it through Amazon Canada, and it was cheaper. So I don't know, that's just an aside, is, every country has their own Amazon website. And if you're going to ship to a particular country, a book or a, crochet hook or some yarn or whatever, ship it from their own Amazon country website. I'm going to be putting my items in a store in October. My problem is pricing and how many of the items I need to have for each item. That is going to be one of those things where you experiment. I would keep an eye on, what's selling, what's popular, make more of those things. Pricing, you're going to have to take into account, what would I charge if I was selling it? And how much of my profit do I have to give up in order to sell it in this shop? And account for that. And you may need to raise your prices to account for the additional expenses of selling inside of those stores. Chanel said, when I had to ship a crochet sample to a publisher in Canada, it was $60. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you can see this flashing on my screen. I'm not really sure what that's all about. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. All right. Any other questions? What else is going on? My hairs. I have a haircut scheduled for tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. It's been too long. My shipping to the US is about $12, so that isn't too bad. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. Let's see what else is coming up. Like I said, next month in April, I'll be hosting Freebie Fever, and it's all about you creating an opt-in for your email list. So whether you're a physical product seller, a pattern designer, a service provider, we're going to talk about creating an opt-in that attracts your ideal customer, and we're going to get it done together. So you're going to go into Canva, you're going to create your opt-in, you're going to download your opt-in, you're going to create a form on your email service provider, and you're going to put it somewhere to have people sign up. So that's what we're going to do. So if you've been procrastinating, or like it's time for a new opt-in, my opt-ins have kind of run dry, we're going to talk about how to do that. All right, so that's coming up, and also other things coming up. What is the coaching call about tomorrow? So if you're in Momentum, we have a coaching call tomorrow. We're going to talk about boundaries in business. So taking care of your mental health by setting boundaries with your business, for yourself, inside of your business. So we'll be meeting at 9 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow to do that. Also, I have an appointment with a hotel this week to sign a contract and get ready for our in-person fall retreat. Now, this fall retreat is only for clients, and I'm going to open the doors first to Momentum. There will be limited tickets. So, well, first to Catalyst, because Catalyst is my mastermind, and they'll be meeting the first 2 days, and then the last 2 days is for everyone. So we're going to have our Catalyst retreat, fall retreat. We do a spring and fall retreat. And then we're going to invite people from Momentum. And then if we have tickets remaining, we'll invite people from CBA. And if we have tickets remaining, we'll open it to the public. But I doubt that we'll have any open to the public. So that's coming up in September in Colorado Springs. And that will be really fun. And if you want to meet all of your online friends in person, come join us. It will be really fun. Chanel said she's excited for Freebie Fever. She needs a new opt-in. All right. Would you recommend reading quiet? I would. If you're an introvert, I really do recommend reading quiet. It's really helpful to understand that you're not broken, and it's okay to be an introvert, and actually it's really a powerful thing. So yeah, if you haven't read it, it's a really great book. So check that out. All right. Any more questions this morning before we get going? Did you check out the podcast yesterday? I talked about time management stuff, which I know I talk about frequently, but it is one of those things that is one of the biggest complaints of crochet business owners is I don't have time, or life happened, or I just have too much to do, and all of that. So we talked about that some more. And I guess that's it. I'm going to go run and start working on my processes. So I got processes to do, and then mastermind call. And you have quiet, but you keep getting sidetracked. That's interesting. I think when you are an introvert and you have ADHD, that can be kind of hard. So that might be an issue. I'm not diagnosing. I'm just saying it could be tough. Maybe get it on audiobook. It might be easier. I watched the replay. It was really helpful. I'm in a spot where I need to reassess my time management. All right, get at it, Chanel. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. It's great to have my morning coffee with you. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you at various events throughout the coming week, or I'll see you next Monday for Crochet Business Chat. Everyone have a great day. Bye.